I want to talk more about beer league hockey players, eh? So let's go! So last time I talked about some beauty guys that can help your team win. For you, like your rec league, your beer league team. Anyhow, today I want to talk about maybe the other side and maybe some guys you want to avoid completely. So let's get started. So first, I want to start with a guy we used to call No Pass Gary. Now this was a guy, not a bad hockey player, but hey, he'd always stand at the red line, always kind of like a goal suck, always smacking his stick on the ice, wanting the puck. So as soon as he got the puck, though, it's like he had tunnel vision. He had no vision on the ice at all. There'd be a guy standing in front of the net, he wouldn't see him. Or if he did, he didn't care. All he wanted to do was take the puck himself and score. It's like he might as well have been by himself. But yeah, it's tough to play with guys like this because they're not team guys. They're always the guys that want to rack up the points and everything. Not good to have a guy like No Pass Gary. So I'm going to refer to this type of player as chip. As in the guy's got a chip on his shoulder, eh? Oh, I don't know if you ever play with anybody like this, but these type of players, it's like they play with a chip on their shoulder because they never made it into the pro leagues. They still think they should, though. They come out, they're always complaining to the ref about this, about that. They're always going hard, even if you're up 14-2, which I don't believe in racking up the score, but these guys will score. When they rack up the score, they'll do a silly when they score that 14th goal in a 14-2 game. Not real good guys to have. They're not team guys, but they take stupid penalties at the wrong time in the game when you need them. Never good to have someone like Chip. Now, gonna have to explain this one a little bit. In rec league hockey, beer league hockey, rarely do you have a guy who runs a team and all that and doesn't play. Usually you got the guy who does everything. Make sure it's a thankless job, by the way, so don't get me wrong here. It's a thankless job to run the team, okay? Because you always got to make sure to go collecting, running after guys after money, always making sure you got enough guys to show up to the game. You got a goalie, the sticks, the pucks, the sweaters if you got them, all that sort of thing. It's important to have a guy that does that, and it's a thankless job, like I said. But it also helps if they're a good hockey player and they're a good guy too. Really tough if you got a guy who runs a team but not very good hockey player, but thinks they are, and they put themselves in all the important times, the power play, you're down a goal, put themselves out in the last minute, or you're protecting a lead. These guys can sometimes be a liability, but you can't say nothing to them because they run the team, right? Anyhow, always good to have a guy who runs a team. Not always good if they're a lousy player. So I got one more story I want to share with you guys, but before I do, I want to share some exciting news with you. Hey, anybody ever thought, I wish Grapes would talk about me or my team? Well, maybe you can be on a future Hockey Players Beer League talk. Just email Rodney Dean at shot.ca, put Grapes in the subject line, and maybe you can be on a future episode. I'll put a little more particulars in the description, but hey, email Rodney Dean at shot.ca, and maybe you or somebody that you like to play with or talk about can be on a future show. I'm not talking about the old show with the friends and everything with a girl and a song. No, I can't get it out of my head. Smelly cat. Anyhow, what I'm talking about is guys who don't wash their hockey equipment, leave it in the trunk of their car from game to game. They never air it out. We call them smelly cats. Boy, I tell you, we had this one guy in the team. I don't know whether his mom doesn't wash his equipment anymore or whatever the case may be. But the guy'd open his bag and he comes into the game. Ho-ho! Anybody could tell that the guy was there. Even the ref came to the bench one time and said, hey, don't let that guy play center. I can't even jump the puck. The guy stinks so bad. Anyhow, tough to have a guy on your team who's a smelly cat. So thanks for watching, everybody. Want to be on a future show? Email Rodney Dean at shout.ca. Beauty.